What's up, guys, and welcome back to a new video. This is my top 10 favourite games of all time as of this date. Obviously, it will probably change in the future, but oh well. Right, let's get straight into it. So my number 10th spot is Unravel, both 1 and 2. I've put 2 in the background because it's the newest and it looks the best out of the two. Both have little differences, but the second one has a bit more like gameplay elements and stuff like that. It's a really good game to sort of play if you have a friend round, but also you can play on your own. It's got there's some challenges and sort of like missions you can do in there, which are like timed things and stuff. You've got to go really fast and so on, which I found quite cool. I didn't really do many of them. I just sort of liked playing the main story of it, which basically the all is just the main story, and then there's these bonus missions from them, like missions you've already been on, if that makes any sense. But it's a really solid game that I've bent back to like a few times across the years. And in my opinion, this is an 8 out of 10 out of my rankings. It's going to be a little bit weird with certain rankings because, I don't know, preference and so on. But anyway, my 9th spot is Return to Arkham bundle. So this includes Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, which are both very strong games on their own. And in these editions, they are, I'm not too sure. I don't think they're 4K, but they're to the standard of like PS4 and Xbox One. And I've played like PS5 now, but I played it on PS4 and I found that they were really good. The differences are quite major. People were being a bit sort of skeptical with certain things, like with the Joker looking different in Arkham City with certain things and lighting and stuff. But in my opinion, I think that it looks absolutely amazing. Obviously, there could be different things that they could have added that could make it different to the ones that came up before. So, like, I would have liked if they added like a certain DLC or a new thing that could be quite cool, I guess. Like how they're doing with the new like remaster for the Last of Us 2. They added like a new game mode and things. So that could have been quite a cool thing that they could have added. And then going on to my number 8th spot is Rayman Legends. Now, this game is very nostalgic for me. I've played it on, I think, 3 or 4 consoles. I think I played it on the Wii, on the Xbox 360, on the PS4 and the PS5. So 4 consoles. I think I played on the Wii. I'm not too sure. But it is just amazing. It's an absolute staple to me. The combat is really fun, quite easy. The music missions are just so fun. Hearing different music and then obviously alter to the universe of this sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, like the universe of Rayman is just really fun. Very, very creative with how they did certain things. And then there's an online sort of bit where you can sort of do certain timed things and stuff and beat your friends on there and their score and stuff. And I found that was really fun to do. So that is a 9 out of 10 for me. And Return to Arkham, is 8 out of 10 in my opinion, or 8.5. I'm not too sure yet. Sort of on the fence about that, but it's not too far away, so it's just my opinion really. Shouldn't bother anyone. Now my 7th spot is a game that I played recently, which is A Plague Tale Requiem, which I've just fell in love with. The story is very, very sad. It gets you feeling sort of very upset at the end, especially because when you play the game, you care a lot about the characters, especially Hugo and Amicia's relationship. And then you've got like Lucas, Arno and Sophia as well, who are main characters. And you care a lot about them because of the stuff that goes on during the story. If you guys did want to check out me playing this, I've posted like all of it all out there already. It's just on one of my playlists. You can go and check it out if you're interested. I did get quite sad at the end. I did have a feeling that it was going to end on a bad note during the time period of it, with it being in the 1300s and it being about a plague. But there's nothing bad I can say about the game apart from a few glitches. But apart from that, it's an amazing story. It looks absolutely beautiful, and it's through like a really tiny studio. And also I've been watching some of the cast members, and they're just so fun. They seem like they all had a laugh, making the game and stuff. And you guys should check it out. It's a game that I fully recommend. And obviously some of these games as well, not just this, but it's just a game that I played recently. And then on my sixth, what do you call it? Favourite game is Battlefront 2. Now, if you know anything about me, you're probably new to the channel if you're watching this anyway, but Battlefront 2 is just one of them games where I sunk hours and hours in, whether it be playing with like friends or just on my own, or just some of the story elements. It is just one of them games that I wish they stayed on. Like the support, like they don't support the game anymore, and I find it really aggravating because it's just a game that I care like deeply about, with it being like in Star Wars as well. I love Star Wars, and it's been just in my life for forever. But it could have been the Star Wars game, which it was at certain points. But then they stopped supporting it, and then obviously people would stop playing it and stuff, and it's just a shame. It could have been the Star Wars game. They could have still been giving live service stuff to date, but they haven't. So that is the only thing that I can say about it. But the amount of memories and stuff that I've had with this game is absolutely like out of the water for me. So that is an 8.5 out of 10, just because they don't support it anymore. And then A Plague Tale was a 9 out of 10, just because, I don't know, I just felt there was something special there, I think, with that game. And, it affected me, and not just me, like a lot of people, like very, very well, which is good in a game. So my fifth rating is Uncharted 1 to 3, the bundle. Now, I'm putting these together. I don't know, I can't really separate them because they are in a bundle, similar with some of the stuff I've done before on this list. But they're just, all three of them are really good, staple games that will be stayed in like game history for a long, long time, and have been anyway, because they've been out for like God knows how long. But this remaster kind of, well, you'd call it a remaster, is for the PS4 and Xbox One era, and it still looks good to date. I just wish they did these games again, to like 4K resolution and that sort of stuff, and maybe adding a new DLC or whatever, because I just love the characters, which might be a sort of sellout point with a lot of my games that I've played with the characters. I just love story-driven characters, and where you actually care about the characters and want to see more of them. I just sort of love that sort of element. But yeah, these games are just absolutely amazing. My favourite is the third one, controversially. Probably because second, everyone says about the second one, and I see it, like I see why people love it, and don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant game. But I think with the certain things that happen in 3, like that plane crash and, certain things like that, it just makes it a bit more like, wow, like this is them doing a little bit step forward from that. And that is a 9 out of 10 for me, which a lot of the numbers are sort of similar during this list. So now we're getting into the top 4. So my fourth on this is, no surprise, Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy, like the Legacy Bundle, I think it's called. I don't know why I use this certain trailer. It's a trailer for the PC, but it's the same game. It's not going to look any different. Maybe if you're playing on like PS4, it might look a little bit different, but it will look fairly similar. Now, the graphical upgrade from the difference between the first to the third and the fourth to the fifth in these bundles is the graphics and obviously the gameplay elements. You get it's not like a grapple. I can't remember what they call it in the game. So it's like a rope kind of thing, and like you can swing and things, and that is really cool. I really liked that. But yeah, and that is a 10 out of 10 for me. Now my top third game is Spider-Man 2, another recent game that I've played, but I completely loved the first one, and I was thinking about putting it on this list, but the thing is, I haven't played it in so long. I played the Miles Morales one, I loved that as well, but Spider-Man 2 just has both combined, kind of similar length, which I don't find a huge problem with it, as long as they just add the DLC and like New Game Plus and things like that soon, because I haven't done it to date. But apart from that only critique, the game is perfect. I love the story. The traversal is excellent. I don't think there's a game with better traversal than this game. The first boss fight is absolutely amazing with Sandman and yeah, everything like that. But it is a 9.5 out of 10. The reason why is because I wish they had the bloody DLC soon. Now, my top two is Red Dead Redemption 2. The story, like anyone who's played this game has said before, this story is one of the best stories in any game. Now, the gameplay might be a little bit boring. Sometimes, it's similar to GTA with the shooting. However, there's like Wild West guns, which are really cool. You can use a lasso, you can ride horses. You can do a hell of a lot in the story. The only thing that I find a little bit of a problem with is the online. But I never sort of got the game just for the online. I got it for the story. That's where I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2, the story. The random NPCs that you can interact with. All them sort of things, the side missions, everything about this game is the story. That's what I love about it. So that's why I put it as a 10 out of 10. And my top one, if you know anything about me or my channel, you know that my favourite game of all time is Batman Arkham Knight. What can I say? I've done a whole review of this before. If you guys want to check it out, it will be on my channel somewhere. I don't have a laptop or anything, so I'm just sort of doing this either all on my phone or on my PS5. So I don't really know how to sort of do certain things, but I will learn it in the future. However, I have done a whole review of this game and why I love it in my channel already. But to skim past certain things, the DLC is perfect. There's certain things that I would change a little bit with the Batmobile, but it's, the Batmobile is the Batmobile. You don't want to be driving all the time. You want to play as bloody Batman. That's what you want to do. You don't want to be driving, for hundreds of hours. You want to do little bits, a little bit of stealth, Batmobile, a little bit of combat, whatever, in the main story like they did. And then that's it. You want to get back as Batman, get out of the Batmobile as soon as possible, unless you're doing driving around the map, which is still fun, a lot of destructive stuff you can do in this game, which is really cool. But apart from that, the game is perfect. The story is excellent. Obviously, you could see certain things from a lot far away, like the whole Arkham Knight stuff. But apart from that, it is just perfect. I play this game a lot. I've put a lot of hours into this game, but I absolutely love it. But hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's very different to any video I've done before, but I just absolutely adore these games and thought I'd share with you. If you find any games that's not on this list and you'd have it in yours, leave it in the comments, and see ya.